anyway. All right. Oh, I forgot. Hello, everybody. First of all, hello, everybody. Thank you for being here. I am excited about this, although we're having some technical difficulties. And I did want to text a friend of mine who does have a skull. I know she was interested in joining us. So I'm texting her now.
Cool.
Okay. So I see Shanna is waiting in there. We'll add her in a minute. Guys, today is the connecting the skulls. I am very excited about this. I put the link up there and hopefully we'll be able to add people in as they come in. And the idea is that we introduce our skulls, their names, if they have any. They don't have to have a name, but that they have a name. And stay tuned because I want to talk about my Vipassana retreat and what happened there. But first, I feel like this has more importance. And basically, my intuition just kind of told me that I needed to get the skulls together so that they would connect and create some type of grid. I'm not really sure. I'm hoping Maree can bring maybe more information through.
Yeah.
And I feel like Jasper is the like the controller of the thing, like the guy who oversees it. And so anyway, we'll see what he tells us and gives us. And I can tell my Wi-Fi is already acting up. Hopefully by the next show, I will have Starlink and we won't have this issue anymore.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
cool.
Yeah. So I'm freezing a little, right? Like I can see my video is slow.
Just a little bit of slow, but it's okay. We can hear you. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Good.
Yes.
Okay. So okay. Tell me if Jazzy says anything before we get started.
Yeah. Okay. I will. I'll tune into Jasper, but I actually have got some really good information because when I'm with Transference Healing, we work with crystal skulls as well. And so, there's a lot of information about them. And this is the crystal skull grid that I actually did a whole workshop on the 13 crystal skulls and the gridding. So it's pretty interesting. So, but yeah, we'll tune into our friend first. Oh, come here, Mr. Big Head. So, I mean, most of you know Jasper. I'll introduce him though, because I'd love everyone that's got a skull physically or has done an etheric connection to a skull. And I'd actually love to do a meditation around that today as well, so that people can connect into an aspect of that beautiful ancient energy and ancient wisdom. So Jasper is as you know, he's the one I found in this beautiful crystal cave shop, and he just started yelling at me. I've never ever had a crystal skull do this, and he was just yelling, "Hello, my name's Jasper," and he spoke a million miles a minute, and I was just going, what is going on? I sort of felt this huge download coming through my crown chakra, and I was sort of umming and ahhing whether to buy him or not, of course. So then I left it for a week, but all week he was downloading on me, and he was going, "You got to come and get me, you got to come and buy me this skull." He was very persistent, and he was so well priced. It was amazing. So I told him in the end, "I'm coming to get you, but I'm up north. I can't come back until I finish this week's work." So I went back and got him, and it was like, oh, such a relief. It was just amazing. So yeah, so when I spoke to the people that owned the shop, she was a beautiful Chinese lady, and she just loved crystals, and her husband was a geologist. So he was the one that sourced all the crystals. And he said he sent them back to, I think it was Brazil, to get them made. And he said he got really good crystal workers, and he said to them, "You create whatever it is that crystal wants you to create." So he gave them virtually free range to use their intuition and to mold and sculpt whatever it was that came through. So that's where Jasper's come from. So he would have got the creation he wanted for this consciousness that's within him. So, which is pretty, I think that's pretty amazing. He wasn't just plonked out from a factory line. So that's jasper, and jasper's a rutilated quartz. You can see the yellow, the gold going through him. And I didn't know this when he first told me his name. It was a friend of mine that's a crystal expert, and she went, "Oh, he's a rutilated quartz." And I went, "I don't know what that means." So she explained that the rutilated quartz, they actually can go deeper into the cosmos. They're very, very big perspective. They can help us to shift our frequency and energy. So yeah, and I'll talk more about what crystal skulls do as well, but we'll tune into our friend first. So all right, so Jasper, now you know we're doing this beautiful connection today with all crystal skulls, and we'd love your input. He's already showing me stuff. This is amazing on what it means. Okay, so he's showing me literally the whole earth realm, and he's showing me lights, little dots lighting up within the energetic grid lines of the earth. So as we all connect and we have that intention of connecting in with these beautiful crystal skulls, it's actually activating the grid lines, which is then helping to activate people. So it's really beautiful. So, and he's saying he'll explain more as we go along. He'll give me more as we go along. So yeah, so
Okay.
basically, actually, Elisa, can I ask you first, what is your interpretation of what a crystal skull is before I sort of go into what I feel it is?
Well, I definitely feel is a separate consciousness, an individual consciousness that is here to has some type of mission. I don't want to call it mission, but the word's not coming to me. But assignment where the person that gets to hold them, they're doing something for that human.
Correct. Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah, or that place that they are. Well, they're created, so I guess it has to be for a human, I would think, or to.
Oh, she's frozen. It's okay. So if Elisa freezes today, I'm just going to keep going, and she can pop back in when she can. She's just having a few technical glitches. So and what Elisa's saying is spot on, because with the crystal skulls, they're some of them are ancient, and with the ancient, there was apparently seven ancient Lemurian skulls that were here, and what they did was they were like the template for the human. So we started as a carbon body. We're moving back into crystalline, so we've gone through this transition. So what the crystal skulls do is they can actually help us to reduce our light body symptoms as we ascend. So they help with our ascension. They also hold wisdom from ancient times of everything around this world, and of this realm, the mysteries. They hold healing abilities. They help us to remember them. So this is why the crystal skull the human crystal skull has been formed like it has. And as we know, crystals can actually transmit messages and wisdom to each other. And I know this is a fact because when I did a crystal skull meditation day with Alexis Cartwright, and there was so many different crystal skulls, it was mind-blowing literally in this room. There was some that were obviously ancient. They had the very elongated sort of back of the head, like, the Egyptians used to have the wrap around the back of the elongated head. And I actually took Clara. I had Clara then. So Clara was my first beautiful crystal skull. And it doesn't matter what size they are, they're powerful. It doesn't matter if they're this big, which is one of my little 12, if they're Clara's size, or if they're the 3 kilogram Jasper size. It makes no difference. They can hold whatever consciousness and wisdom and memories that they are programmed to hold for themselves. So with Clara, I took her along to this one. I didn't have Jasper then. And we went out for a break. And when I came back, she was burning hot. I could not touch her because all the crystal skulls had been left alone in the room. And they were all, I'm getting goosebumps as I'm saying this, they were all absolutely connecting into each other and downloading with each other. And she a friend of mine had this massive, big, elongated crystal skull head, and I put her next to this thing, and you could see the energy flying between them. It was just phenomenal. So I'm actually going to tune into Clara today, which I haven't done before. It's always been Jasper, and she's just gone, finally. So we're actually going to tap into Clara as well. So Clara is very beautiful. She's very feminine, and I got her name when I was at mystery school and we were doing a meditation and connecting through into the crystal grid lines and then into other realms. She took me like that, and she told me as she was taking me, I'd had her for probably about a year. She hadn't given me her name. She told me her name as we were flying, and we landed on this spaceship, and all I could see were these dog legs, like flying this spaceship. And I went, why would there be dog legs? And then I got it. I went, oh, Sirius, it's the dog star. And there were cats as well. So it was both aspects of the Syrian energy. So we'd gone through a Syrian portal. So that's the first time that I actually really got Clara. So she's a traveler. She's very feminine. She's very Syrian energy. So with our crystal skulls or our crystals, they actually will allow us to be taken into other realms, and that's always specific, as Elisa was saying, for each person. So that crystal skull or that crystal is with you for a reason, and it can help us open these gateways into other realms. So this is what I've found. Like Jasper, it was, what did he say? Gosh, Sirius B, I think, is where he takes me. So still, which is almost the center of the actual cosmos. It's the closest point to the center of the cosmos. So you may get this information with your skulls. You may not get it yet. It's fine. But the one thing I had to learn to do was to trust. You've got to trust what you're getting and don't think you're cray-cray. So because you will get it. So yeah. So on that note, Elisa, do you want to talk about your crystal skull first?
Yeah, so I have Stephen, who came to me to help me heal my self-worth issues. And he is a hematoid quartz. And he's very gentle, very sweet. I also got as a gift two other ones. And this one is an ET looking one.
Mm.
And she feels like, to me, she feels feminine or female energy. I have not given her a name yet, or I haven't received one. And then this smaller one here, which is a tiny one.
What sort of crystal is that one? Is that a jade or is it a something like that?
I think it looks like aventurine to me.
Aventurine, yeah, which is beautiful heart crystal.
Yeah. And that one also, I have not sat with it to try to get a name. So those are my skulls. And did you have anybody else to show us, or can I add Shannon now for her to show her skull?
Let's add Shannon, and then we can just keep talking, and anyone else, then we'll talk through what people have put up about their crystal skulls as well.
Okay, so here's Shanna. This is
Ink snap.
My good bestie that we travel together all the time, and she puts up with my shit.
I think you put up with my shit.
Yeah, that too.
I need to know how to turn the camera around to show you. Do you know how to show
not
you?
on the laptop. Is it a laptop or a phone? Oh, we lost her.
Oh, she'll be back. It's so funny. I got a really strong hit. I had to wear a pink shirt today. It was so strong. I even had to iron it, and I hate ironing. So and there's Shanna in her pink shirt.
Interesting. So, let me add her back on. I forgot I have to add her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn the camera. Do you guys know how to turn the camera?
Is it your phone or is it a laptop?
No, I'm on my phone.
Oh.
Is there not the little flip cycle thing at circle?
I tried to do that, and that's what kicked me off.
You might just have to turn it.
Yeah, I might just have to turn it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see if I can get it here. So this one is my lab skull. If you can see it, there's a certain point he has got like a blue streak on his skull.
Yeah.
It just spoke to me because I have a piece of lab with the blue, and there's a more meaning to that, and it kind of spoke to me as far as soul family wise. And then
Does it have a name?
No, I don't have names for any of them. I don't have names for any.
So with lab, can we just like let people know with the lab, you mean labradorite?
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so labradorite. Yeah, labradorite's a very feminine crystal as well. So
this is hers a fire quartz. It's like quartz, and then it's got fire quartz in it. It's a smaller one. And then
I've never seen that before. That's cool.
Yeah. And then this is a golden healer. And then I'll show you, I have another golden healer that has a little more quartz in it with a little less golden healer. It's hard to see, but the shape of the face is a little different.
Yeah.
This to me has more gentle energy. And then this golden here has more of a harsher energy to it. Not a mean, but a harsher.
It's interesting because what I was picking up is with your last one, the gentler one that you were talking about, it was actually activating. I felt my crown being activated. Whereas with the other one, it's almost like it was coming through down into the throat, this way, down sort of more deeper into the body.
Interesting. Yeah. It's really interesting when I got them, because I felt like the other one that wasn't as soft, I was like, ooh, should I get this one? But I felt like I needed to get that.
Yeah.
And this is my actual quartz crystal skull. She had two in the shop, and this one just really spoke to me. So, and then I have a Caribbean calcite, something really different.
Whoa, that one's really powerful. I can feel it.
Yeah. And then I have one more I just received. It's an amethyst. This to me seems anything more feminine to me.
Yeah.
Has a little bit of a filler, which I didn't notice at the time, but I felt like it didn't matter. That wasn't an issue at all to the energy of those. And that's it. 7 skulls.
Beautiful. Wow. Well, like they said, there was 7 ancient skulls from Lemuria that were the original templates for humanity, which is interesting. You've got 7.
Yeah. They just kind of all spoke to me. I'm kind of picky about when I get them, or what I get, or the shape of the face. I'm very picky about it, and it really has to speak to me. So
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yep. But that's exactly right, and that's amazing. And how, like, over what sort of time period did you gather those?
Probably the last 2 years. Yeah.
So did you feel like it just kicked in for you with the crystal skull? Like you went, oh my goodness, I'm interested now. There's something I need to explore.
Yeah, because before I was like, ugh, skulls. Like, ugh, why would anyone get the skull? Just the look of it, I wasn't into that. I was into different kinds of crystals. But then, I don't know, something kind of caught my eye, and all of a sudden it was like, this is kind of interesting, But I've always had that thing with inanimate objects that I feel like they're talking. Ever since I was a kid. So it wasn't odd to me that I kind of went, ooh, I need to have this. This just speaks to me. So
yeah. And Shanna has some type of connection with crystals. I mean, she is an expert in crystals. She could literally have a store, and she buys. She used to be addicted to buying them. I think she's kicked that habit, but she has a ton of crystals. Like, she could open her own store. She has that many crystals. So crystals speak to her. Like, she has a special connection with them, for sure.
It's kind of weird. I kind of try to ask in my meditation, well, why am I spending all this and buying all these? What's this for? And I understood it was just for future reference. It's for future. It's not for now. But I do feel like I do have some kind of connection to them. Don't know why. I'll buy something and I'll be like, well, I've already got 3 more of these, but why do I need it? And I don't know. It just keeps, how should I say? It just keeps talking to me. So.
Yeah.
Have you explored other lifetimes with working with crystal energy?
No, I haven't gone that far. I haven't really thought about doing that. I've tried. I meditate with a rose quartz Merkaba, or I have a Trolite Merkaba. I will meditate with those. So I meditate with a crystal. Before I go to work, I do have like a little kind of protection thing I do, and I have a quartz crystal tower that I hold when I do that. So whenever I do those type of things, I do always hold a crystal with me. So
Beautiful.
I just feel like that's what I need to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's it. And I think that's the key to everything, is really trusting our intuition and
Yeah.
just exactly like Shanna's saying, and just following what we're guided to do. Because when I do a crystal meditation with people, I get them to like gently squeeze the crystal before we start, connect into it, let it come into your heart, and then ask for the crystal fairy to come through. So, everyone does it differently, but I just find for people that aren't used to working with crystals, that's a really nice way for them to start connecting.
Yeah. And I always have I don't have it on right now, but I always have my crystal Merkaba on me too. So I'm always wearing a crystal of some sort.
Shanna, can you explain to people your perception of the Merkaba? Because a lot of people, they might know the shape, maybe describe it, and then, can you explain that to people?
The Merkaba is, to me, a more of a like a protection. It's more of where your light body, your soul can reside in and be protected against. I know people say that's where your light body can travel as well, which, I'm sure I've never done that. But for me, it's more of a protection thing.
Yeah.
Because it's your kind of your safety, within inside your Merkaba, no one can really touch you.
Yeah.
That's my
I love it. And that's why everyone has their own experience and interpretation with the Merkaba. So yeah, no, that's beautiful. That's amazing. So the Merkaba, of course, is like the 3D version, a third dimensional version of the upside down pyramids. So yeah. Together.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
actually, I haven't even got my Merkaba with me.
So. Yeah. So do we have anybody else? I know that I saw in the beginning, Nick she says she's arrived with 2 new etheric crystal skulls. So do you want to tell us what that means, Maree, please?
Yeah, well, Nick, can you come on? Do you want to come on as well? There's a link in there, because I think Nick will explain it really well. So,
okay.
So Nick, if you can click on the link, if you're still on, it'd be amazing that you can describe what you experienced, because not everybody, you don't have to have physical crystals. Quite a few years ago, I was working on something that was quite a way away from me and physically, and I couldn't get there. And I got told, work with etheric crystals. And I went, okay. So I just started to play with that. So we can actually tap into etheric crystals, which means we can visualize, see, feel, whatever it is that comes through from a crystal. And I was doing it with grid lines and helping to keep the places that had vortexes, that were what I call draining vortexes or clearing vortexes. And then I would ask the crystals to come in with an intention for the highest frequency balance, for all aspects of that realm. And they would then change themselves. So you might have some obsidian come in, or you might have some, they might do a particular grid patterning, and they would shift and change as the energy needed it. It was really quite powerful. So the same thing with crystal skulls. We can tap in and ask for an etheric crystal skull. It may not be human. You might find that you actually have a different type of skull come through. So I would love to do a meditation with everyone, so that we can either connect into our crystal skulls and look at getting a name, or do it etherically, as our beautiful Nick has done, who just conveniently came on.
Thank you, Nick, for joining us.
I've just got to turn my sound off.
We can see you.
I know.
You're fine.
You sure?
Yeah, absolutely fine.
Okay, I'm going to go back to StreamYard. I'll just click off that other YouTubey thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Look, I haven't even brushed my hair. Sorry.
No worries. So tell us about your skulls, about your etheric skulls.
Well, like Maree's always got Jasper, and I've been tuning into Jasper during our dream shows, and occasionally he really talks to me, and it makes me laugh because I think, well, if I can talk to Jasper, surely I can talk to my own, but I don't have one, and I've never come across one that's really spoken to me. And I know you have to be drawn into that skull for it to connect. But I'm actually sure that even you bought a skull that you didn't connect to, you could make it connect to you. You could create that magic within it. So I just decided to put it out there that I would create like an etheric one. I would just imagine that there's a skull coming in for me. And sure enough, when I set that intention, it didn't take long at all. It was almost instantaneous. It was like, yep, I've been waiting for you. And I got this beautiful, and I think it could be aventurine. It's very similar. I didn't realize yours was aventurine, Elisa.
Yeah.
So it could be that color. I just saw a really soft green color, and I felt that energy immediately with it as well. And I explained that just in the chat there. I got the feeling of a very stoic, strong, courageous, but also really kind and loving consciousness. And it was like this, the purpose of this skull was to see a bigger picture, you know, to really expand and to always keep track, like a really wise old sage almost. And then I got, like, once I tuned into that and was going, oh, this is really cool, I can't wait to work with you more, another one came in, and it was an amber coloured one. Or, you know, I'm just using those terms because they're colours people can understand. And I got immediately Umbi, which was, I guess, a play on the word amber. And that was a playful one, but also very, very warm and very grounding. So I immediately felt that I had the as above, so below crystal sitting with me. And this morning, when I thought, well, I don't have the crystals, but I'm going to wear my amber as a tribute. And I found a little tiny, teeny weeny, it's so tiny, piece of aventurine. And I know I've got bigger ones, and I just didn't even think about it. But I just grabbed that one. I thought, oh, that's enough just to tune into them. And my Lemurian quartz, which I don't know why I brought that. I just did this morning in. And straight away I felt like on my left shoulder, Honre sat there, which is the green one. And under my armpit, which is so funny, is typical of a playful, soul, Umbi was sitting under my armpit. And I said, come on, we're ready. Let's do this. I know it sounds crazy, but give it a go.
Yeah. That's amazing. And, and so it's like I said, anyone can do this, and you don't have to, because crystal skulls can be very expensive. So, we don't have to actually go out and buy one. We can play, just like Nick's described, we can actually ask them to come through. So, so I love that. So actually, should we do a little meditation, do you think, or like to get...
Yeah, definitely. I if you can kind of just talk about, I've never, Christine was saying she's never connected with skulls. So any guidance on connecting etherically is appreciated. Maree, what do you advise?
Christine, the first thing you got to do is trust that you're not, that what you're getting is actually right. So when I was told to start working with etheric crystals, I went, well, what does this mean? So I asked to be shown what it meant. And that's when these crystals started literally dropping in. So in my mind's eye, I could see them. And then I started to feel them, and I was going, oh, that's what you're doing. And some of them would be rotating in a certain way. Then another crystal would drop in, and I could feel the grid lines changing as it did that. And so you've just got to trust. You just have the intention, as always, Christine. Just trust what you actually get. Some people do it through feeling, through clairsentience, through knowing. Some people can visualize them like you're watching a movie. Some people hear them even. So there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's whatever your beautiful gifts are that you use in life every day is how you will connect with them. So, because I know when I set up, I did this first up with my beautiful friend she's a teacher in New Zealand, and it had been a fairly chaotic class, and the teacher had left because she went down with like stress leave and stuff. So you can imagine the chaos and energy that was in there. So I was helping her, and I was pulling nails that she'd put into this beautiful wooden frame, and the wood was screaming. It was just horrific. It was to that level. So we cleared everything. She did the Maree Kondu, like whole beautiful clearing with everything that was in there. And then we did this meditation. And that's when I called in the etheric crystals for the betterment of everyone through every realm, not just in that space. It was above, below, within, whatever. It was probably about 3 or 4 months later when I was home and I was in the ocean, and all of a sudden I got tuned in back into the room and the crystals, and I went, oh, they're changing. I bet the kids have been a little bit chaotic the last day or so. So I thought I'll ring her. I'll go back to my house and ring her. And she'd rung me while I was in the ocean, and I rang her and she went, Maree, there's something going on in the classroom. And I went, yeah, your crystals are changing. They're actually like really, they're shifting because there's been a big frequency shift within the grid line, within the children. And I said, have they been acting up? And she said, yes, they have. And I went, they will settle because they're going to take, it's now holiday time. They're going to take all that new frequency home with them. The crystals are helping for all of this to stay stabilized. So I actually felt and saw different crystals come in. So just trust yourselves is what I would say. Have the intention like Nick did, and don't panic. Don't have patience. And if it comes to you in a dream, that's fantastic. If it comes to you there and then, that's fantastic. But play. I think playing with it is the biggest key. So
Okay, awesome. Thank you, Maree. And if you are watching this after the live,
oh, she's frozen again.
She did.
Yeah, probably what she's going to say is if you're watching this after the live, you will still get that energetic hit or the connection into the crystal, because I think we're going to do a meditation in a minute to do that connection. So, Nick, did you want to take people through the meditation maybe of what you did to connect in with your etheric skulls? How comfortable would you feel with that?
I would struggle trying to remember how I did. I did it just before I went to sleep.
Okay.
So I moved into that phase of at the beginning of sleep, where I was allowed to be conscious enough to really understand what was happening. But then obviously I just went to sleep, and I had the best sleep that night.
Yeah. Well, the crystal skulls, they do actually help clear our light body. As I said, they help us to raise our frequency. They help us to stop the light body symptoms coming through, and they help tap us into that ancient wisdom as well as the grid lines of the earth. So there's ancient wisdom, because when they looked at these skulls, I think it was the Mitchell Hedges skull, and there was another 2 or 3 they've found. They actually found that they can't believe how they made them, because when you make a crystal skull, if you go against the actual the fabric of the crystal, they say it should shatter. They've been able to make these ancient skulls against the very fabric. They said they know they used diamonds, but they don't know what else they did. Well, maybe there was some frequency and vibration and sound involved in that. So that's why these ancient ones they do hold a lot of wisdom. So Lisa, did you? Yep. I've sort of said to people that we're going to say, if you're watching this live afterwards, that they will still get the hit. So she's got her mute on. You're muted. You've got your mute on. Yeah. Okay. So
just trying to unmute. What I was going to say is if somebody watches this after, I want to make sure that they know that it's okay to connect their skull to the grid that we're going to create today. So, no matter when you watch it, if it's a year after this video, it doesn't matter. It's just, this is up in the etheric realm, where time doesn't exist. So, the idea is to connect as many skulls as we can together. And hopefully this video will appear to you and you will take action but what I would like to do, Maree, is not only do a meditation, but also for you to maybe find out, what is this grid going to do? Are we supposed to do anything with it later on? Or are we supposed to us connect to this grid as well? Or is it just them together? Like what, like more of like, what is this all about?
Okay, I'm going to tune with Clara. She's saying she wants to show me something. So I'm just going to tune in with her to see. Okay. So what this is doing is it's actually allowing the light to come through more easily. So I'm seeing like a spirals of light coming through the grid connections. So the connections are already there, where it's sort of like with our intention and with these beautiful crystal consciousness, we're actually enhancing it more than anything. So and remember, we're becoming more crystalline as well. So our skulls, in fact, will also be connecting in with these crystal skulls and the grid lines. So I'm just going to ask her if we need to do anything. No, she said, as soon as we think about it, as soon as we tune into it, bang, it will activate again. So it's like you just tune in. Even if you tune into your crystal skull or your own skull, it's going to activate the whole beautiful dynamic, the whole beautiful etheric. It's an activation, she's saying, that we are going to be doing today. So,
yeah,
but and I'm also getting that this is going to activate our pineal gland, our brain as well. And and I'm seeing, it's really interesting. She's really different to Jasper. She's showing me internally. So Jasper shows me the big picture. Clara shows me the internal. So she's showing me, like, our neurons, how we have the neurons within our brain network. She's showing the synapses literally lighting up. So this is going to help us to clear and heal trauma through the mental plane as well. So it sounds pretty amazing. And the heart, of course, everything always comes through the heart first. So that's what I'm feeling. So as we clear our own neurons, then that's what's happening on the Earth's grid line too. So we're all connected. So does that help? Does that make sense as to what you're asking?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. So shall we do a meditation? I just always just channel what wants to come through and trust it.
Yes, absolutely.
So, and sometimes it's really interesting. Sometimes you might find that you're already a step ahead of me and you go, oh, hang on, I've already just gone there, because you're allowing, you're in the flow, you're actually feeling the channel. So, which is beautiful. So whether you have a crystal skull or we're going to, first of all, for people that don't have a crystal skull physically and you want to connect into an etheric skull, we're going to do that. And it's not going to take long. Like I said, if it doesn't come through straight away, don't worry. The consciousness is already there. So you will then be able to play with that later on. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is just make sure you're comfortable, whether you're lying down, whether you're sitting, make sure your feet are nice and firm on the ground, and just take a big breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, just let your eyes gently close. Drop yourself deeper into your body. One more breath in through your nose. And as you breathe out, take your awareness into that beautiful heart space, wherever that is within your being. And we're going to see, sense, or feel white light beginning to birth deep within your heart. This white light has its own consciousness. And as it begins to expand, it helps to release any pain, any blocks, anything that's not of love. It keeps expanding through your whole body, gently weaving its way into every cell until every cell vibrates with this white light consciousness. It moves into your etheric field, your aura. Again, releasing any cords or hooks or ties that no longer serve you or anyone else. Bringing through this sense of peace. And now if you do have a physical skull, hold that beautiful skull and just gently let yourself connect into the skull's consciousness. And if you don't, I want you to just connect in to the energy field. Imagine the beautiful energy field that surrounds us. And ask for an etheric crystal skull to come through for you. Whatever is right for you at this time, and for the beautiful skull, the crystal that is connecting with you. You may see it, feel it, sense it, or hear it. This skull may give you a name. You may simply feel it. And then with your physical skull and if you've brought through the etheric skull, we're going to get them to gently move through into your third eye chakra, allowing the energy of it to become a part of your skull, to sit gently, comfortably within you. And as it does this, it brings through its wisdom of the ages, of your lineage, of the earth's lineage. Send love to this beautiful crystal skull as you feel its vibration. And now from this crystal skull, you see, sense or feel the flow of energy beginning to go out into the etheric, into the grid lines of the earth. And as it does so, it connects into all the other crystal skulls and all the beings that are crystalline, that also have this wisdom within them. See, sense, or feel the lights beginning to glow, brighten, expand all through the realm. Allow yourself to actually flow through these grid lines, feeling the beautiful energy. Any little distortions that need to be cleared are now cleared and released through this magnificent connection of this powerful crystal skull energy. And as Gaia opens her heart and receives and connects in again with this beautiful crystalline grid line, feel the love that flows between every single being. Allow whatever memories come up to come up. You can ask for a message. You can ask if there's anything more that you are to be or do while this state is being activated. We are all connected. We are all one. Just know that this will carry on and continue now that we've set this intention and all connected. Then when you are ready, just let yourself gently come back into your own being, your own space. Connect back in fully with that beautiful crystal skull that's sitting within your own skull. And thank it for this amazing activation today. Knowing that your pineal gland has been opened that your pituitary gland has been activated to help bring through your beautiful gifts and talents. And then just allow that crystal skull to be wherever it needs to be, and thank it for connection. And when you're ready, just gently, gently begin to bring yourself back into the here and now. Just gently wriggling your toes, focusing on your breath, and bringing back that sense of peace with you as you open your eyes. Okay. So it'd be really interesting if people want to share what they experienced. Just pop it in the chat, or if you want to come on and actually describe what you experienced, that'd be awesome. So,
You know, what's interesting is when you said something about the pineal gland and the skull, like I felt compelled. I don't know if you saw that. I had to touch the skull to my forehead. It was
yep,
very interesting. It was like I had to do that. So that was kind of interesting.
yeah.
So.
And that's the beauty of it. You know, it's everyone has their own way of doing it. So that's perfect what you did. So, you know, for some people, you know, maybe they might have needed to do that, and I could have maybe said that to them. But I think, everyone's so different, aren't they? So, yeah. What did you see? Did you see anything, Shanna, or did you feel anything?
No, I possibly got a name, but that was it. I didn't really see or feel too much at this time. But something I'm noticing as I'm holding, I chose my quartz crystal, is it actually has flecks of golden healer, which I find interesting because I have 2 other golden healer. So I didn't really realize that before. So that kind of popped out, but don't know if
That's
there's meaning to
interesting.
that, but yes. So he's got a little golden healer in him. So I'm very attracted to that for some reason, obviously.
Yeah. But that's it. And sometimes we just have more awareness with the crystal skulls as well, or with crystals in general.
Yeah.
You know, it's almost like we're opened a little bit more to see things. So that's beautiful. So, yeah. So, Nick, what did you experience?
Oh, it's just a lovely little journey then. Immediately when I go into my heart, I feel the light. Like I'm always one step ahead of your meditations, Maree. I always feel that you say exactly what I'm experiencing. And you know, the very first time I got Honre, the aventurine or green one, come in, and I've tuned into him again since, he stepped straight into my skull.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yeah. And I just sort of thought, is that just a personal thing? But basically you're saying that it makes a lot of sense. And my other one was sitting here on my heart, and then it started to flow up and merge into that one as well. But it was like, you know, those spiralizer machines that make, that sort of spiral shaped vegetable thing.
Yes.
That's what they were doing. They were working through my body, and then it just whizzed right out past my aura out there. And one of the main things I've got to say that I got through that, probably because of the 2 merging together, was that I really felt at one with the earth.
Yeah.
And as we were connecting back into our, the universe, all is one. And it was all one. It just felt beautiful. And I actually went back to where there was this feeling of absolute peace and calm on the earth. And it felt like that concept of the roots of the tree and then the green leaves, that everything was healthy and just calm. There's a sense of calmness, but just happiness and joy. You know, it felt really good actually. And then I got to just spread that out. And as I was touching all those other crystals, and there's so many of them. Oh my God.
Thousands.
Wow. I can't count them. You know, there's just too many. And I just thought, we're doing this. This is actually quite amazing. So thank you, Maree. That was a beautiful meditation. I really enjoyed that. Very unique.
So, yeah. And Miss Elisa, what can I ask if you experienced anything?
Well, I felt compelled to hold the one that looks like NET, and not Stephen. More of the galactic connection to it. Um, and I felt like I had not received what she was here to do, but I kind of got that she's here to bring in more of the feminine side, the divine feminine type uh, energy. But then I also, of course, imagine the grid lighting up and all the
Yeah.
usual, thing that you would imagine. Nothing major. Just it was the light that was connected though looked like an aqua blue color, not a blue, but like an aqua blue.
And that's perfect because each person holds a different vibration or a different reason, I guess, for being here. And so that aspect of that skull and the wisdom and the memories is what goes through. So it could be a completely different color for everybody, which is what makes it perfect. So yeah, beautiful. But yeah, so Christine, where are we? So yeah, Christine Hill has said so that she felt really peaceful and calm and nearly drifted off. Yeah, I was nearly drifting off at the end too. I was going, Maree, just come on, bring them back. So I was like, oh, this is so nice. It was just so peaceful and it was just beautiful and connected and white. And my brain was just quiet. It was so beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, really lovely.
Yeah,
So
Kathy, love meditation. Yes. Thank you, Kathy.
yeah. And so if anyone else wants to sort of comment on what they experienced, or you might find even in your dreams tonight, oh god, yeah, because you guys are going to sleep soon, we've just sort of got up for the day, but maybe have an intention to experience that Merkaba effect with that crystal skull, because they will activate the Merkaba as well. So whether it's for traveling, protection, whatever it is, it's perfect. Ask for that. Have the intention before you go to sleep, and you might find you do some real lucid dreaming into other realms. Heaps of fun. So so I'm just trying to see if anyone else put in that they actually have crystal skulls or have worked with it. So no, so Christina said that she loves, she's new to it, and a lot of people are. And as Shanna said, it took a little while to be connected into them. I've still got a friend that when he sees Jasper, he freaks out. So he's had another lifetime where he's actually been traumatized somehow with the power or whatever of the crystal skulls. So I did some work with them, and he's a lot better now, but he's still not a fan. So you will find that you might get triggered with some memories of other lifetimes as well. So and that's perfectly okay. You're safe, and that's what you've got to remember when you do this meditation. So beautiful.
What does Maree? What does Jasper have to say? Anything else to add?
Yeah.
To
okay.
Meditation.
He can give us the cosmic viewpoint, if you like. All right, Jasper. Let's just tune in and see what you've got to show me. Yeah, okay, straight away. It was really interesting because Elisa, the blue that you were talking about came through. He showed me almost like a, okay, how am I going to describe this? Jeez, Jasper. It's almost like there was a water level, and then there was this like tube that then fanned out. So it's like we've broken a ceiling of something. It's like there's been a ceiling that's been broken through to another level. So that's what he was showing me, and that blue color came in with that. So it's feeding. It's made this connection easier. The flow of energy easier is what he's actually showing me. And it's almost like it's so weird. It's like there's other levels that can get broken through as well. So I feel the more we honor our crystalline skulls within ourselves, let alone these beautiful consciousness that have come into being here through the crystal from Earth or the etheric, I feel that's going to really help to break through more and more levels that have been on Earth, that have been layered through whatever it is. It's like we're breaking through them, and then they'll be able to just crumble. So yeah, so do that beautiful connection into our own crystalline being, our own crystalline skull, and connect and just have that intention.
So can Jasper, can he have sensed or seen all the other skulls that people have here that maybe they're trying to connect to? Was he able to see all of that?
Okay, Jasper. Yeah, he's saying, I see it all the time. He said, it is, I am that I am. That's, it's that real, he's got that overall connection with everything. I'm just, and I can ask him as well. So you don't need permission or anything. He said, I am what I am. It is what I am. So he's already got that real connection. He understands it. He remembers it at a deeper level. That's why he's chosen to come back in this form, because that's him. He sees himself as all of them as well at some level. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're all the same and yet we're uniquely different. So he knows he's uniquely different, yet he knows he's one. So yeah, he's got that knowing. Yeah. Wisdom.
Yeah. Okay. Beautiful. And can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Okay, well, so grateful for Jasper to to give us all the information, and Maree for the meditation. I'm so grateful for creating this grid. And I did want to say also before we go that I've been pushing Shanna to do Akashic Records reading, because she's really, really, really good at it. She's been on point with me, and she's been practicing. And I told her that I wanted to tell people that she was willing to. I'm pushing her to get started, so she's going to give practice readings for everybody who is interested, so that she can get going with this. And and hopefully in an exchange for a review in her Facebook page, so that we can get her started on this journey, so that she can leave the 9 to 5, and so she can really do the work that she's here to do. And like I said, she's extremely on point, very on point on everything she's done. And so please use her services, because she needs the practice. So Shanna, they can find you by emailing you at Shakastic, right? Which is
Shakashic. So it's
Shakashic.
Yeah. So it's
At,
do you want me to say it, or do you want to say it?
Go ahead. Yeah.
It's SHA, then it's the KASHIC at protonmail.com.
And I'll put it on the chat too.
Okay. No, I thank you very much for that, Elisa. I really, really appreciate it. You have been a good mentor to me and a good friend. So thank you for pushing me to do this and announcing it. I really appreciate it. So thank you very much.
Absolutely.
So it's Proton Mail. Okay.
Yeah.
Proton Mail. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yep.
You know what, Shanna, you just lit up when Elisa started speaking about that. It was just like, yes, this is what you're meant to be doing. It just came out from you. It was beautiful. You glowed then. Yeah.
Thanks. I appreciate it. It's been a long journey for me to hear compliments and to accept them. That is a thing I have never been able to do. So I'm always grateful. I'm not shying away from it anymore. I'm actually very grateful for those compliments. So, and I do believe I am very deserving of them. So it's taken me a long time to get there, but yes. Thank you for noticing that. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Beautiful.
All right. Well, thank you, everybody. And thank you for putting up with my,
her freezing. I think she was about to say that the universe does have a sense of humor. That's funny. So, and Elisa, thank you, because Elisa's the one that had the intuition or the knowing to actually want to do this. So again, we're just helping everyone. We're helping the earth. We're helping ourselves with doing this sort of work. So thank you, Elisa. And I guess we'll have to wait for her to sign off. So because she's got to push the unlive button. All right, we're going to go. I'm going to go off. So everyone just needs to pop off as well.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks,
Hey,
Lisa.
guys.
Thanks, Maree. Thanks, Shanna.
Yeah. Yes. So, all right, we'll see you next Monday.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.